Ladies and gentlemen, this is Figma Link. Now, I have to do this entire review without rose-tinted fanboy goggles, because if you don't, then you don't really get a good insight on the actual figure. You end up just talking about how amazing Zelda is, and how amazing Link is, and oh my god, this and that. So I'm just going to talk about the articulation, the detailing, and you can make your own verdict from there. Ultimately, it's your money. You know. So, like always, I'm going to go ahead and start with the accessories. Comes with a hand rack. All Figmas come with a hand rack. Of course, unlike Samus, he has a lot more hands. Open splayed hand, left and right. Or I should say right and left. Calm open hands, both left and right. Holding things fists, which can be used for the Master Sword. And then angled holding things fists. Can either use it for the shield or the Master Sword. And then completely closed fists, as you can see here. Not all the hands have the same articulation, which is just in and out. There is no side to side, unfortunately. So, nuts to that. That's Link's hand rack. It's not that great. I mean, standard Figma crap. Put that off to the side. Comes with two Figma stand attachments. Not quite sure why, but they're there. That one's angled up, and it has a dimple on the back, right there. And then this one is just straight across. And that's that. They just attach to the stand at the end. And that's it. Comes with a Hylian shield. I would have much preferred that he came with either a wooden, iron, or goddess shield, considering this, as iconic as it is a hidden item. You have to go through a series of challenges to get this. And of course, the back is inaccurate. It's supposed to be wood paneling in the back, but, you know, I guess to make the figure work, you had to make some sacrifices. So, there's that. And he comes with a Master Sword and Scabbard. Again, I would have much rather he come with either the Iron Sword or a Goddess Blade, one of the many, instead of the completed Master Sword and Scabbard. Because believe it or not, the Scabbard does change also. Here is the blade itself. Nice detailing. The paint apps could be better. As you can see, the blue highlighting is off-center. It should only come to here, right there, but it goes over. The blade is also very sloppily made. The edges are not rounded off. Kudos to Max Factor for making a straight blade, though. So that's cool. Now, I know many of you have already encountered this. The pommel doesn't come off. It's not supposed to come off. It is glued in, but you can boil some water or use a hairdryer. Make sure if you're using a hairdryer, because it's not as controlled, make sure you don't touch the blade with the hairdryer, because the blade will curl into a ribbon-like, whatever. So the best bet is you get a mug of water, microwave it for like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes 50 seconds, whatever. And you just put the handle in. Make sure you don't put the entire sword in. Just put the handle in and, stir it around for a couple seconds. And then you grip firmly here and then pull. It's not going to come off as easily as I just did because obviously I did it. But once it's off, it will come off. It will, and it'll stay in place. It won't fall off or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And once you get it off the first time, you won't have a problem with getting it off again. So there's that. And basically, if you don't do that, then you have a really hard time prying the sword into the hand. You have to like go around the thumb, curve around the fingers and knuckles, where you just, a couple seconds in the microwave, pop that off, and, you just run it right through the hand. It makes everything a lot easier. Not sure why Max Factory didn't just, do that from the get-go. But thankfully, the glue can be boiled, can be removed, so there is that. Oh, and it only goes on in a certain direction. So you have to look at it. One of the edges is flat, and then one of the edges is flat in here, and you have to line it up. So go ahead and do that real quick. There we go. And it's back on. And it comes with a sword slashing effect. Kind of cool. It doubles as a, goddess whirl. Basically, you just run the sword right through. And that's it. It holds in nice. It's 2 loops. You hold around to the blade. It is kind of heavy, and Figma joints are weak, so do expect it to fall a lot. Now the Master Sword does fit inside the scabbard. Here's a peg to go inside his back. He has 2 peg holes in his back, so you can use the stand on the lower peg while the scabbard is plugged into the top. I'll show you that in a moment. Just pop that in there. Comes with a regular face, kind of reminiscent of Sarah Palin. Of course, my girlfriend and my roommate say I'm crazy, but whatever. And then alternate ruffled hair, wind-blown hair. So that's always fun. Let's see here. Guess I can go ahead and do a quick face swap for you. Pop that face in. Alright, basically what you want to do is pop the hair off first, like that. And then grab his ears and just, well, now it doesn't want to work. Okay, just grab his chin and his forehead and pull forward. There you go. And that's what he looks like underneath. You just pop these in. There you go. And then just pop the hair back on. Now his ears are sharp as all hell. I actually just cut myself. Can't see it, I didn't draw blood, but alright. That's enough of that. Alright. Articulation-wise, Link is extremely limited. Again, no nostalgia goggles for me. Alright, head is on a singular Figma joint. Let me just go ahead and... That's as far forward as you can get. That's as far back as you can get. Still pretty good. His hat is just on a peg. And there you go, the 2 holes. So his hat can rotate, accommodate whatever poses you're doing. Spin it around. But you have to keep pushing it back in because it doesn't stay in place. Has its faults. He has no bicep swivel. Automatically, I don't like the figure. Yeah, it's a Link figure, but this killed it. You could have easily put one right here. Easily. But I guess to not sacrifice the sculpt, they did not. Now he comes with a double ball jointed underarm thingy. And that's as far up as you can go. That's it. That's That's literally it. Now, when I first got this figure, I dunked his entire body in a boiling hot cup of water to loosen everything up. Because if you don't, you're probably going to screw yourself over. So, elbow joint, that's as far as it goes. Extremely, extremely, extremely limited. And of course the wrist, because, you know, it's just a peg and post. Can spin around and go up and down like that. Torso. Torso's on a pretty good joint. It's just a double hinged ball joint. You can go up and down, get some pretty good clearance. I mean, he can get up and get down. So, whatever. There's no joint here. It looks like there is, but there isn't. Legs. He has a hip swivel. As you can see, it's just a ball and cup on the trademark Max Factory Y joint. Let's go ahead and pop the leg out. Now, this is very tight, so it's kind of hard to have it, you know, move around. But whatever. It's a Link figure, and you guys will eat it up anyway, even if the articulation is gank. Now, it may seem like right away that he is limited because of his non-chainmail looking chainmail. It's just a giant piece of silver there. He can actually do splits. Normally, you know, that's as far as you can get, but you can actually fold these out. They just come right out. They're not attached to anything. You can fold them right out, and he can do full splits. So there's that, at least. There you go. And then, you know, to put it back together, you just tuck it back in, tuck it back in, get back in there. There we go. Tucked back in. His knee is on a single joint. That's as far as it goes. It's alright, I suppose. You can swivel it. And his ankle. That's as far back as it goes. Lame. But you can pop it out ever so slightly and then give you enough clearance to move it even more. And then after you've done that, you can pivot it for an ankle swivel. So you can do that. And then he has a toe joint. There you go, toe joint. And that's it. That's it for Link. He's alright. I wouldn't, like, if you missed him, I wouldn't go out of the way to get him, per se. His joints are extremely finicky. If you don't line them up correctly, you can snap something. Luckily, I have not, because I mainly pay attention to what I'm doing. I watch to see where the joints are going, how they're going to move, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Alright, now to get the scabbard into the shield, or to get the hand onto the scabbard, basically, you pop this out. It pops right out. And you take one of the hands, whichever you choose, and then you pop the bottom. This actually comes apart like that. And there you go. Two-piece handle. And you pop this into whatever holding things hand you so choose. Slide it all the way down. Let's go ahead and just do that now. And just slide it. Make sure it is facing that direction. And then reassemble it. And that's it. Then you can put the hand in. Of course, this is the wrong hand, but whatever. Just pop the hand back in there. And that's it. And then you just slide it through the arm. Of course, I'm using the wrong hand, but whatever. You just slide it right in, peg it in. That's it. And that's how you get the hand or the shield onto the arm. Now to get the shield onto the scabbard, you basically want to take this off again. Just take this off, put it off to the side, just put it right there. Then you take off the strap here, you just pull it right out, and then you got that. And then you take the scabbard and you put it right here. Now there's a little notch right there, very tiny notch. You line it up like that, and then you take this part and you line it across like a staple. Then you just lock it into place, and there you go. And you can't pull it out, see? Because it's locked into place with that little notch. You can't go forward because it has a peg right there. And you just put it on his back. Right in the peg hole. And that's it. And there you have Link and his Master Sword and Hylian Shield. There you go. And of course, no Figma is complete without their lunch bag. Link is no exception. You get your Figma lunch baggie here. Oh, and right here, you can pop this out, put that into a DI stage, you know, Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, yada yada yada. There you go. So, my verdict on this figure is really only get it if you're a diehard Zelda fan, but do keep in mind that it's not the second coming of Christ. It's just Link. I'm sure Bandai will make a better one. I hope they make a better one. I hope they make the first Link, brunette Link, because he's the best Link. I don't care what you say. He is the best. And this is coming from a diehard Zelda fan. Look at that Triforce. Look at it. Look at it. It's delicious. Anyway, thanks for watching.